Sorry, I was being silly.
That's okay.
It will happen again.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear!
Yay!
Yeah! You can hear me eat a donut.
Perfect. Okay, let us know what the audio levels are like in terms of the two of us and the game, and we'll get it balanced before we start. Because the game audio is on right now, and you can hear the wonderful soundtrack for this wonderful game. Mm-hmm. So we can just chill here while we balance that audio before we get started. Layla, she really was like, I'm going to use this opportunity to have a little cuddle.
She's so cuddly.
She's so cuddly.
Sweet baby.
She's a sweet baby. She's so obsessed with me.
Love that for her.
Okay, perfect. Everything sounds good. Yay. Okay, awesome.
Loud and queer.
Did you just say loud and queer?
Someone said, Dog Party Guy said loud and queer.
Oh, hi Dog Party Guy, like, welcome. Bloom and Gaze, Lost Records Bloom and Gaze. So true. Now can we just live on the title screen? I know, it's so perfect. Just so atmospheric.
It's so good.
So good. Okay, amazing. So it looks like tech-wise we're all ready to go.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome Lost and Fairy. Before we get into anything, just a quick reminder that we're still raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. I'm gonna pop in the link to the fundraiser in the chat, so if you want to bring up the fundraiser at any point, just type in the command !Palestine, and that should pull up the link to our fundraiser. You might be able to see the fundraiser bar at the top of our screen. We're trying to raise £2,000. We're currently at 1,765. Every little helps. If you are able to donate, then we really appreciate it. And if you are able to donate, please let us know in the chat so that we can thank you for your generous donation.
Yeah. And yeah, when we get to the goal that is currently up of £2,000, we have some little fun little games that we can do a little giveaway for.
Yes,
so
indeed.
You might want to help us hit £2,000, and you might get a fun little slate little game.
Yes, indeed.
I can't remember what it is, but we've got some really good ones.
We'll figure it out if we end up on giveaway mode today. But
if we get near there,
really fantastic, generous, amazing indie developers just very kindly donated some stream keys to us to help us raise money for medical aid for Palestinians, and you get access to some of their titles. I think some of the giveaways that we've done previously have been games like Validate and I think there were a couple of like indie horror games. I forget their names.
Yeah.
But, oh, Layla, you're on my phone. Don't do that. She just stepped on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, really, really brilliant titles. Up for grabs. Cool. Yes. And before we get into playing on today, I kind of voice noted you about this earlier, Charlotte, but had a couple of reflections that I thought it would be fun to bring up now before we play on, just in the week that passed that I was thinking about. Yeah. So one of the things that I was thinking about was 90s nostalgia and how one of the interesting things about this game is its thematic connections with Life is Strange in terms of how it's concerned with nostalgia, and Life is Strange deals with that in a super different way, right? Like it's like these older teenagers are coming, or Max in particular is coming back to this hometown from her childhood and this friendship from her childhood, and it's nostalgic, but also there's a lot of like darkness there. And in this game there's like, I guess there's a much bigger age gap before these women are coming back to this town. It's, they're in their like 40s, 50s kind of age, I'm guessing, because it's been 20-something years. So I guess and 90s nostalgia has been super in the zeitgeist at the moment. I feel, you know, I saw the TV Glow, Yellow Jackets, things like that. We were both born in the 90s. We talked a bit about this last stream.
Yes.
And often, you know, people were kind of having this discourse recently with like 80s nostalgia and Stranger Things and stuff, and there are these kind of phases in pop culture of like nostalgia for certain decades, but often there's like stuff that's produced that doesn't critically engage with the decade at all. It's just like you know, nostalgic in a very like rose-tinted glasses way, and there's no critical engagement with the decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like
very like
Stranger
it's very just like remember this thing. This thing happened.
Cool? Yeah.
Remember it. It was cool.
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
it. Think about it. Don't think too hard though. Let's continue.
And Stranger Things is a good example because there's no critical engagement with the 80s in particular. Like, it just reproduces like 80s anti-communism and like weird vibes.
Yo.
But this game, I was thinking about how even just up until the point that we played, it was interesting how you know how in Life is Strange you get Max's like internal monologue, and she's like thinking about, oh, remember when I was a kid, and like blah blah blah. In this game, we haven't really gotten Swan's internal monologue as an adult, or I'm not sure if we have that much. Like, she talks to herself a bit, but we haven't really gotten.
We had a little bit, but it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It was more kind of reactions to objects, but very surface level, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think that when Swan as an adult meets up with Autumn, they start like there's this thing where when you play the 90s section from that point onwards, when you click on an object that says reminisce, and you can click to reminisce, lol. And when you do, Autumn and Swan as adults are talking about it. They're like remembering it together. And they've already done that with a certain degree of like critical reflection, which is super interesting. So like, for example, they're remembering Swan's conversation with Kat about Dylan, and Swan is like, oh, slut shaming was so pervasive. I think at one point she says, I didn't feel bad for Dylan back then, but I do now. And stuff like that. So there's already this kind of like critical engagement with like the 90s and being a teenager and that sort of thing, and with like memory and potentially over romanticizing things, and also like collective
I think as well
memory.
it would be, yeah. I was gonna say it would be so easy as well, because they weren't friends for that long, in that they didn't get to be in that space for that long. They were only like friends together for a summer, and then Swan moved away. So I think there's also an element of like, it could so easily have been just like this full romanticizing of that very short space of time, because that's what we do, you know, especially when something's fleeting. It's like, oh, that was really precious. And I think with the mention of Stranger Things, like, I think about like how uncritical it is, and I think in a lot of ways that feels very gendered. And obviously the Duffer Brothers who created Stranger Things are two men,
Two white men,
and two white men who obviously were nerds and thought that they were like ostracized and oppressed because they were nerds and not because they sucked. Everything comes back to that one scene in the Facebook movie. I guess they understood at least that they had like, they didn't have social currency of that type, in that they weren't popular, but they obviously have not understood the fact that like it was not a universally good time for everyone, and actually like, yeah, that nostalgia and that like, I guess, throwback media could have a more critical result. And it's just so clear that they were kids who didn't give a shit about anything else and were very privileged at that time, I guess, because they simply refused to engage. They only engaged with like these themes of things that they saw at that time. And you know, like the first season was very good for this, like kind of engaging with those like horror genres and like you know, the kind of way that like kids team up in these things, and then there's like all these different kind of factions almost. You've got like a couple of different narratives going on. You've got kind of the, you know, Joy's trying to find her son, and then you've got the kid, like the kids, including Elle, like trying to discover that mystery, and then you've got whatever Nancy's up to, and like, yeah, I don't know. You kind of got these different threads that are interplaying, but again, at no point does it feel like it's actually critiquing any of it. You kind of get this like these occasional like Nancy being a girl boss moments, but none of it actually feels that like substantial.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because so much of the first season felt like it was kind of about pushing back on some of these stereotypes of like, you know, that we see in these 80s movies and this 80s culture. A lot, like it kind of pushed back on that. You know, I guess Steve's trajectory is quite interesting in that sense. You know, he goes from like, oh, this cool, like privileged rich guy to being, oh my god, Layla, hi.
Yeah, that was
she's got so,
on the windowsill.
She's so passionate about Stranger Things, and I love that for her.
Well,
but she's also boycotting the final season.
Yeah, boycotting final season.
Yeah. But yeah, more, I guess, like, yeah, he goes from this being this very, like, privileged, shitty person to, like, yeah, kind of becoming this father figure to these kids, and, like, yeah, I don't know. There is interesting stuff happening, but it doesn't go much further than that, I guess.
Well, no, and it's also, like, it's literally, like, the level of anti-communism in Stranger Things is literally,
yeah,
like,
it's
out of
crazy.
Rocky 4, you know?
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
Terrible. That's the Rocky movie, by the way,
so
where
much.
Sylvester Stallone's character is like beating the shit out of some evil Russian. It's
yeah.
Anyway, that was the main thing that was on my mind that I was reflecting on that I found really interesting. I think one other thing that came to mind was I thought it was interesting how Swan is a character like Max in the way that she experiences the world through a camera, and I've been listening to the soundtrack a lot this week, and I think that in The Wild Unknown, there's like a lyric that's like, will I always be watching, like kind of thing. So that, and you know, she's not really had loads of friends, and now she's making friends, but that's an interesting parallel as well. But.
Yeah, it's very Max of like kind of using the camera as a way to separate yourself from the world, like create that screen and that barrier, so that while you want to be part of it, you don't know how to be, and that's the only way you can like cope, I guess. And that's very much how we meet Max. So yeah. No, that is interesting.
Okay, well, on that note, want to jump in?
Sorry, I'm just mid custard donut.
No, enjoy your custard donut.
I'm having a great time.
Okay, Tape 1, Autumn Lockhart, 1995. Do we get to play as Autumn? Or...
That would be cool.
Okay.
It's... One sec. It's my boss.
Ew.
But, like I was saying... That day we met, we had no idea what we were in for.
I know.
Sorry for texting. I just can't leave him hanging.
Okay. It looks like she's retained some level of seriousness for her job.
It can't wait. Sorry. It really can't. I know I'll stress if I ignore this. One sec.
Okay, girl. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna use the dialogue option yet, I don't think, because she wants a minute.
Cute keychain. Thanks. That keychain was on my old set. The one you helped me find.
You?
It's so cool that you've held on to something from way back then.
Guess I'm just a bit sentimental.
So got a hockey keychain and the little guy. But that looks like ice hockey sticks.
Yeah. I defer to your knowledge on this.
Raspberry.
I don't know the difference.
I think. Hold on. Now I'm second guessing myself. Let's. Okay, I guess it could be field hockey.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Again, I don't know.
No. I do know the difference. Now I'm like gaslighting myself. Those are definitely ice hockey sticks because field hockey sticks, they don't have that like long thing at the end. It's like much shorter and like curved.
What, as in the...
Like the shape of the ice hockey stick is like you know, you have like a handle and then the bit that you're like hitting the puck with is quite long and flat.
Okay.
So that it like glides across the ice.
Oh, I
easily,
see, like the actual kind of bat section.
Yeah. Whereas a field hockey stick, it's like the part that you hit the ball rather than the puck with is like shorter and more rounded.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, fun facts for anyone
And
who cares about hockey. I don't know.
And I guess Michigan is like a place where they would do ice hockey, so that does also make sense.
I think it is, yeah. It's we found out that it borders Canada, right? Is that right?
Yeah, so that I think, yeah, I mean, northern Michigan is like almost Canada, so yeah, it would make sense that there is a lot of crossover in
from the future.
stuff like that.
What's that?
Don't mind me. Just reading some of these scribbles.
I'm glad they don't scrub them off.
The nachos are a trap. What do you mean?
Wow.
It's just a lot of
I mean,
hey.
I'd love to be trapped by nachos personally.
Hey. Hi.
It is very I'm trying out a new pen vibes.
Yeah.
I might
It's so
quickly
weird being back
grab
here.
another layer because I'm still chilly.
Once I gave my mom a Greg.
Okay, no problem. I should know because I'm Canadian, but I got nothing. Don't worry about it, Faye. I mean, like, yeah, if being from a country meant that you actually knew things about their national sport, then I would also not be meeting the criteria. I think I only know because when I was at school in England, I did field hockey for a while, and then when I was in school in Canada, I watched people do ice hockey. I never played it myself because I can't ice skate. But yeah, I'm not a sports girly. Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
To be fair, Sara, that's very good observational skills because I would not have picked up on that.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how useful that was, but I just saw it. So
No,
I said
but
it.
that's like a very no, it's all good. That's just a very like interesting like I don't know. I would never have noticed the difference. So yeah, and I've seen ice hockey games. So in Canada, in fact. So
Yes,
yeah,
you have. Yeah.
and I got forced to play hockey, field hockey once, and it was painful.
I quite like
I was a
field hockey,
goalkeeper.
but yeah. Okay, fair enough. That is painful.
My problem in life is that because I'm tall, they always made me do goal stuff, and I'm
Right.
not good at it. So
The struggle.
yeah,
Tall
Yeah.
struggles, I guess. I wouldn't know.
yeah. I mean, it's so hard to be me as my tall oppression. Once, oh my god, you'll love this. Sorry, just very quickly. I had a friend who I'm very much not friends with anymore. But they, you know, when it's just like very performative, like feminism and very performative white feminism specifically.
Mhm.
She tried to say once that she was oppressed because she was short, but like not in a like
Jokey way.
you know, no, not in a jokey way, like genuinely,
Oh, dear.
because she was a short woman, and I was like, no, we're not doing this.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Faye,
Incorrect.
I miss this place at all.
Bad take. Take it back.
Okay. Probably I'll go get some drinks in a second, but let me just look at a couple of the other options.
Yeah.
So, I think my only other option is to ask her how to drive. No, that's passed. Okay, I'm getting us some drinks.
Want a drink? I've got it.
Yeah. Thanks. That'd be great. Whatever you think's good.
No.
I'll get next round.
I would have liked to know your specific order. That's fine.
No pressure.
Can you state your name and your age into the camera?
Uh-huh. Wait. What's all this for, anyways?
I'm making a documentary.
So, I'm Autumn Lockhart. I turned 16 last October. And I'm an army brat. Me and my folks moved here a few years ago. Sorry, are you rolling?
What makes you happy?
Yeah.
So, what's next?
What makes you happy?
Skateboard? Sleep? Drink pop? Oh! I love video games. I'm saving up for this new fighting one. I crush Nora every time. Am I doing okay?
Not immediately jumping to the flirting option or anything.
I mean,
But you look so
I'm not
good.
against
Let me
it.
know if I should keep going.
Yeah, do it. Let's
Anyone
flirt.
ever tell you that you look great on camera?
What? No. No way.
You're so pretty.
But thanks.
You're so
Gosh,
pretty.
you're so me. I'm
I could
terrible
totally
with
picture you
compliments.
on the cover of, like,
Yeah, me too.
Elle or something.
Oh my god, stop!
Oh no, stop.
Stop,
Dad
stop.
let me take a sip of his beer one time. Never tried it before. Blech. And Mom let me try a sip of her rum and Coke. Way better. Why would anyone pick beer over that?
Girl. That's such a
Anyways,
teenager
that
thing to
was
say.
when we were living in
I
Germany.
mean, I get it. I'm not like I'm not opposed to that opinion. I could sometimes pick beer over that, but like, you know,
Miss it.
I get it.
Still keep in touch with one friend though.
I don't know why I'm pausing the game to say this, but I think that rum and coke is
important.
horrible. But I think that that might also be
Interesting.
because of, like, I think it's horrible. I think it tastes bad, but I think that a lot of that might have to do with how, like, I am an alcoholic and I spent a long time drinking, like, really shitty, like, bad rum.
I see.
But what a genuinely delicious drink is, like a genuinely delicious mixer that I would be like, yes, I would agree that this is better than beer. Although, like,
Yeah.
I am also like I'm somewhat of a beer enjoyer. Like, I
Okay.
would.
I'm
like,
also a beer enjoyer. I'll have a beer. I'm not like against it.
yeah,
It's
like,
just
a
like usually it
nice
just makes
cold
me
beer,
feel a bit.
cracking open a nice cold beer. I get that. Like, that's.
Yeah,
I'm
get the
I'm an enjoyer
vibes.
and that's it.
I just
But-
find it makes me feel really bloated sometimes, so that's why I tend not
I
to
don't.
drink
Yeah,
it
I
that
don't
much,
like
but I don't
that,
dislike
but I like
it.
the way it tastes. Like, I've genuinely had non-alcoholic beer because I've been like, I just like the way it tastes, and I like having like a nice
Yeah.
cold drink. But okay, rum and ginger beer, good quality rum and ginger beer. That's
I fucking
a
love
delightful
ginger
mixture.
beer. We need to talk more about
we
ginger
need
beer
to
because
talk
that's
more
like
about
such a
ginger beer.
sleigh.
But like, so I know that rum and ginger beer is a very common mixer in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
quality rum and like good quality ginger beer. That's mwah.
yeah. I think I've been spoiled because Chris
He taught me how
doesn't
to
really
skateboard.
have
Drops me a
many
postcard
drinks, but
sometimes.
rum is like one of the few that he likes. So we like rum and cokes and things like that. So we often have nice rum because he often gets gifted it because he's a man and no one knows what to get him. So
Lol. Yeah.
we usually have nice rum.
Okay, so in terms of our options here, again, not to lean too hard into flirting, but
Anything else you want to
do you
know?
want to ask her if she has a boyfriend?
Yeah, go on then.
Do you have a
Oh, she
boyfriend?
likes that.
Oh.
Can we not? I dated this guy, Dean, for a bit.
Oh yeah, of course.
He works at the movie
I
palace.
forgot about that.
He's a total asshole.
Bye,
Nora got me
Queen.
through that.
Nora could get many
Nora's
people through
the
a
first
breakup.
person who really tried to get to know me. We're both kind of social outcasts, I guess.
What kind
What
of friend
kind
is
of
I'd rather be
friend?
friends with her than any of the
It's kind of
popular
a
kids.
weird... I don't know, it's a weird way to phrase it.
It is a weird way to phrase it, but I guess that I'm interested in...
Is this the kind of stuff
I mean,
you're
you can
looking
learn
for?
a lot about someone from, like, how they met, probably, but I'm interested in what their friendship is like, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So, you're like Nora's partner in crime?
More like partner in time.
No, more like her babysitter. Just kidding.
Is she like
Ooh.
a sister
Nora
to you?
can be kind of messy, no doubt, but she's a good friend. You'll see.
Is
Yeah.
she like a sister to you?
Whoa. Yeah, kinda. Nora keeps talking about moving to LA.
Oh, she's so
Oh.
mean.
Please. We're so not gonna be rock
Rachel
stars.
Amber coded.
I mean, maybe if I was singing lead. Nah, I'm just playing.
What's your wildest dream?
What's your wildest dream?
Whoa, we're going there already? Keeping it
Yeah.
real. I know I'm not gonna be rich and famous. I want to do something that matters. And hopefully, I get out of this town, you know?
The hour prices can only be set using PLUs. The PLU refer to programming PLU
So rum and coke for
descriptions on page 27.
autumn, I'm guessing.
But if that's the first step, why isn't it
Right, yeah, that's nice
the MGR key in the
for
key
remembering.
slot and turn
Nice
to the prog-
little, yeah.
What key? Where's there a key? Enter the manager passcode and press.
Neat
Sorry,
work.
I completely failed at doing
Haven't said
words right there,
passcode
but I
yet.
meant to say good job remembering, so that we can.
Oh, thank you. I thought that was what you said. It's
I'll be
okay.
right
That
with
was
you.
what I got from what you said.
Okay, good.
I can't remember exactly what you said anyway, so.
Can I order a drink, dude?
My guy?
Dude.
Hey. Look, I'm sorry about that. I'm really bad with computers.
Also, are you okay? You look like you have like a.
So, how's your little reunion going? Reliving the good old days?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just a shadow. Also, he's still too close to
I'll
us.
bet this bar is the
He's-
same as it
yeah,
was
he's
back in
okay.
your
It's a
day.
bit better than before, but still too close.
Hasn't changed since I've been
It's
here.
just
I'll tell you
weird.
that.
I'm happy to see her.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see her. We have a lot to catch up on.
Glad to have you both back, even if it's just for a visit. So, what'll it be?
So
Let's
she'd
see.
like a rum.
Oh my god,
get
the
my
cat I
friend's
saw
drink
earlier,
too.
Chris has
Happy
just
hour
taken a
goes
photo
till
with as
9.
well.
Cute.
Amazing.
How about a rum and coke? Used to be her favorite.
And for you? Our drink specials are on the boards. I'll let you take a look.
I'll try the frostbite. That's the
I
special.
kind of want to know what's in a
Good at guessing
frostbite.
people's orders. Let's see, you're past
local
the
soda?
vodka cranberry stage, but something about you doesn't say wine mom either, so...
Is it okay if I have a
Gin and
non-alcoholic
tonic?
drink?
Yeah, you can take the non-alcoholic drink. It's
Because
fine.
the game giving me an
So,
option is nice.
what'll it be?
To have a
Yeah.
non-alcoholic drink. So
Yeah, no, you don't have to choose.
I'm
like,
gonna go for the local birch beer. Could use a sugar rush.
I'll get started on those drinks. Be right back.
birch beer. I
I
guess
like
that's
it.
like a ginger beer kind of thing, like a non-alcoholic.
Right. That sounds
soda thingy.
nice.
Yeah, it does.
No way. Are you kidding me?
What? Oh,
What's up?
Swang. It's the song on the radio.
Oh.
This song was so popular.
Oh my god.
Oh, talk about a moment in time.
Damn, really should get myself a tripod. Come on, stop leaning over. Just... There. Let's not smash on the floor.
Classic.
And...
Real.
More set?
We've all been there.
Hello, world. I'm Swan. Welcome to...
The Swan. She really likes
Geez,
the
I need a
X-Files,
title.
right? So.
Yeah, I think they're
Swan's
Swan
memorable
Files.
memoir? No. Okay. This is the Swan Files. Don't worry, nothing
Such a
creepy's
little
ever happened here.
nerd. I love
Not yet,
her.
anyways.
So sick.
First,
She
I'll
is.
show you my natural
Next time I'll
habitat.
do Swan cosplay.
Suburbia. It's cooler than it sounds.
Swanburbia.
One sec, Mom, I'm filming!
Mom!
I'll show you around Velvet Cove for sure, but first I gotta tell you, I met these girls, and I owe
Oh,
them
I
big
met a
time.
girl.
I met multiple girls.
Wait.
I'm spoiled for choice.
I met my polycule.
First, there's Nora. She's gonna be a senior this fall.
I just call all of them
We
pretty.
go to the same school, but
I don't
Yeah.
think she's annoying.
talked to her before.
I don't think I'd make
No.
that judgment yet. But
I think I'd say she's
I think
funny.
I'd say she's funny.
I don't
as
know.
well. Yeah. No. I agree.
I don't think that's yeah.
No, I was joking.
I think I just think it'd be weird to like, you've just made all these friends and you're like going on about how pretty they are. Like I get it, gay, but like in this context it feels just like you're
No, I
obsessed
know what
with
you're
looks,
saying.
if that makes sense.
Disclaimer, I was
yeah.
joking. But
No, it's okay. I'm just meaning like logically for here, but yeah.
I agree. I
love
thought she
Swan's
was
little
pretty funny.
freckles. Yeah, she is funny. Yeah, and I think she
Nora's
likes
funny.
she likes
She
that
has, like,
anyway.
No
Yeah.
filter. Like the class clown or something.
Also, I
but
feel like
cooler.
Nora's not this sort of person who would like being called
I got a
pretty
nice shot of her
specifically.
smoking on the swing set. I should edit that in.
Maybe.
Then there's Autumn. She's Nora's best friend. She's in my grade at school too.
I feel
But,
drawn to
We
Autumn.
never met before this.
I'm interested in that because
Hmm.
I have felt like a pull. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's been hard for me to be like, am I feeling pulled to this character like me, or do I feel that there's like a pull between Swan and Autumn? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like what I would imagine. I don't know. I think she does feel drawn to Autumn. Like not in a specific like. I don't know. Yeah, there does just feel like more of an emphasis almost on Autumn somehow.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit more obviously like, it would be a very teen girl thing and very fine to be like, she's so cool, like I think she's so cool.
Yeah.
But this just feels a bit more vulnerable.
Also, I think Autumn kind of would like that kind of, not to metagame, but I do think she would like that kind of like phrasing, I guess. That, I
would. If someone
I
was
feel
like,
oh.
if someone was like, oh, I just felt like drawn to you, I'd be like,
Yeah.
marry me.
Oh. Yeah, like me? Oh my god.
Stop. I felt it too.
Oh, stop.
I felt it too. It was a intangible force.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very like hippie. I love
I
it.
feel drawn to Autumn. She's so cool. Like, I just need to know more about her, you know? That bully stole her keys. She was so upset. I tried to comfort
She's like
her.
nervously playing with her
I
hand.
just wanted
I
to make her feel
know.
better. Finally, Kat. She's my age, but homeschooled. We never met before either.
I wonder if we're gonna see Swan as an adult at all.
Yeah, me too. I have been wondering that as well.
I think
it's
Kat's really
interesting-
passionate.
Yeah. So I was
Sorry.
just gonna say first, I think it's interesting that there's like a negative leaning option for all of them, but I think that's what really hit me about Kat right away. Yeah, that was like, you know, first impression, you're like, that's a person who has a lot of feelings and is like feels very strongly about the things that and I was like immediately like endeared by that. So I'm sure she's really smart
100%.
as well, but that was what like
Yeah, for sure.
hit me
But
about
yeah.
Kat has a lot of passion. She's kind of like a firecracker. It's intense, but I like it. And she even stood up for me. She told her own sister off just to save me. She's so amazing.
She is.
And then there's me, Swan. Something about Swan.
I feel compelled by I don't know who I am yet.
Yeah, I think it's also that thing of like when you're, especially when you've just met a group of friends as well, like you don't know what role you play within that group as well. Like in terms of the dynamic, like it's early days, so I think because she's kind of specifically talking about the group, it kind of feels like, I don't know. Yeah,
I hear you, yeah.
I think I don't know who I am yet is nice. And also she doesn't really have groups of friends before, so this is like discovery, you know?
Yeah.
Who is Swan? I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out when I finish making this. That'd be cool. I hope we can hang out a lot while I'm still here. I'm moving away at the end of summer, so
I'm gonna say it's so nice to be able to actually read the
I have so
subtitles.
much stuff to pack.
I hope we stay friends.
Yeah, I want to say that too.
It's getting cold! I hope we stay friends. I like them a lot. I just hope I don't mess things up somehow. Anyway, we're meeting up tomorrow.
Yeah,
Here
and
we go.
I feel that
Thanks.
we're probably both feeling this right now, but she clearly has a lot of like lack of self-esteem, and I feel that we both want to like build her up. So
I'm also just feeling
much?
like,
11
because she
bucks.
does look a lot like me as well, I'm really feeling like
You want us to pay now or start at 10?
like sympathy for my younger self, I guess,
the
or like
change.
a connection there, and just like
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, there
I don't
she
know,
is.
it's making me a little bit emotional.
Pam! This
no,
girl
that makes
grew
a lot
up
of
here.
sense.
Yeah,
In Velvet Cove.
yeah,
No way.
and that is kind of, I guess,
What's your name, dear?
Oh,
how I felt
geez,
within
I
a
didn't
group
even
of
ask her
friends as
name
well,
yet.
like this kind of like I don't know who I am within
Aw,
this,
come on,
like
guys. Where's
feel
your
like I'm shy and
manners, you
awkward
old
in this
dog?
weird little nerd, you know. Yeah.
should we have a conversation with this
Well,
iconic
if this man
butch
won't shut
elder?
up, you
I'm
tell
up
me.
to have the conversation
in
with
his
the Butch
place.
Elder. I feel like Autumn's kind of in this like work mode, so I don't want to like interrupt her too much.
Let's go.
Hi. I'm Swan.
Hi, Swan. I'm Pam.
Her friends
Bam.
from here too. The young lady in the booth.
Oh?
They're having a little reunion.
I'm here
I'm here
with
with
my
my
friend.
friend Autumn, I guess.
I'm here with my friend, Autumn.
Oh. She looks so familiar. So, you're catching up with Autumn, I take it?
I am.
You picked the right place for conversation. Gus runs a good shop.
Good for conversation. Well, are you saying this place doesn't get rowdy sometimes?
I want to know a bit more about
Gus,
them. I don't think that's the
if
worst
it
thing ever.
did, I wouldn't be here.
Well, I'll take the quiet then.
Are you two from around here? Seems like you go way back.
Us two? Oh, we're not together.
She's like, I'm a
I didn't mean that.
Don't worry about it. People always assume.
Nah, you're right, though.
She's
You're
like,
old
no,
townies.
not for me, thanks.
Let me get your regular pen.
She's like, look at me.
Can you hear the
Thanks.
bartender?
And Miss
Because I feel
Swan,
like I keep having this.
let me
Unless
know
it's
if you
like you
need
have to
anything.
turn. Oh, there we go.
Will do. Thanks for the drinks.
How's the night been so far, Gus?
it was good until you showed up.
Oh, I ought to give you a wedgie for that.
Get him.
Joking.
She's a school bully.
Honestly, I was hoping you'd be here tonight.
She's a fucking school bully in a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Something's in the air, right?
Fucking loser. Okay.
I can feel it
Gotta stop
coming
hiring
in
barbecue
the air
clubs
tonight.
right before the shift.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Banger. Okay, can I get up now?
Yeah.
No, Gus.
That'd
Yeah.
be nice, wouldn't it?
Okay, you can leave. It had a little thing that said you could leave.
It said I can't
You
leave.
turn.
Cooper's face.
Oh.
I showed up to the dance in snow
I think I'm
boots.
just stuck listening to them.
I do.
Okay, I guess.
Or,
Cheers
wait,
to
no.
our old
I have to pick up my
Michigan
drinks.
Cheers.
Oh, annual change. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave without my drinks. Like, it's fine.
Should I pick up? No. I think that's my change that
How was
I'm
work
leaving
today,
for him.
Pam?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Also, the drink that we got does look nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Ta-da! Thanks. What do I owe you?
Nothing.
You
I got it.
don't.
Next one's on me then. Oh, a cocktail. Thanks.
Turns out she likes beer now.
You must have read my mind. Because
There you go.
I don't like beer that much.
We remembered.
We remembered
It's
about
a
you,
rum and coke.
Autumn.
Thought I'd surprise you with an old favorite. I totally forgot how much I used to love those. That's sweet of you, Swan.
Went for some of the local birch soda.
Cool. Not much of a drinker?
No.
Just curious.
This is
You
interesting
can
for
answer
me.
this how you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Um,
It's up to you.
I would like to say what is true for me, which is that I stopped drinking a while ago.
Don't drink much anymore. Coffee is my last vice. Coffee and internet cat videos.
Oh, I'm
She's so real.
never giving coffee up. So, cheers? Wanna make a toast?
This is actually really, like, I know that it perhaps feels like it's not a big deal, but I've played a lot of games where, like, you know, either you have to have an alcoholic drink, or if you find a way to, like, not drink in the game, then it's kind of, like, it's fine, but it's not something that is really engaged with or portrayed in an interesting or meaningful way. And these are like very small, very subtle touches, but it's very meaningful and very thoughtful to have them.
Definitely, yeah.
It's just nice, yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
To
Our reunion.
I don't know.
I don't know how she would take
Any
the old
ideas?
hags joke, even though that would be funny.
No. It is funny, but I feel like that's more of a Nora
each other
Or
joke.
again.
joke, yeah.
In this weird timeline.
Right? I just hope that's all there is to it. Cheers. Honestly, I wasn't sure you'd show up, Swan. I was nervous, if we're being real. No, it's not what we agreed to back then. We swore to never see each other
I
again.
missed you.
I mean, that was serious.
Yeah,
I
missed you,
almost
sorry.
turned back
I was just
myself.
like, oh.
I don't think I realized how much I missed you.
Aw, I've missed you too. Anyway, thank you for being here tonight. Sorry if
Or
I'm...
people will be shitty about it, says Lost in Fairy, that drinking, that is, in video games.
Yeah.
Like in Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
being weird. I'm feeling a little stressed out. I never thought I'd come back here.
I understand.
I've never been the
Yeah.
type to get caught up in the past. I haven't even visited Velvet Cove since high school.
I'm so sorry, Autumn. I understand it. It's a lot to talk about.
27 years was a long time ago. When I try to remember what happened back then, my mind goes in circles.
So my friend was saying that certain things about the premise of this reminded them of Stephen King's It, which I had never read or seen before. Have you?
I know I've not either, but I know that the construct is that, like, at least of the more recent films, that it's like both in the past and current. Like, it's kind of got them as kids and them as adults. Like, they are sort of storylines that are both within it.
I would say
that's definitely...
that I watched the first part because it's like, I think both versions are parters. I watched the first part of the recent one last night. It's not particularly good, but I did see the connections, which are that, like, these children, like, meet together one summer and this intense thing happens to them, and then they make a pact to, if the monster, which is, you know, Pennywise, the evil clown, is still alive in 27 years, then they will return to defeat him.
So also 27 years.
So also 27 years. Yeah, so that's why I'm bringing that up. Just an interesting point of comparison. I did, like, it's not very good. Which my hot horror take is that, like, I think a lot of Stephen King's writing is really bad. I don't particularly like Stephen King. I
was thinking about Stephen King the other day because
many such cases.
I was telling you about this book I just read, and I'm on this, like, weird run of, like, books where there's, like, a really silly twist at the end that kind of undermines what I thought the point of the book was. And they're just a bit crappy and are just a bit, like, of a letdown. And I'm not against, like, a twist in a book. And obviously the kind of books I'm reading, like, they are kind of, I guess, there are mystery elements to them, or there are, like, there's, like, a question in this book.
A twist has got to be good.
Yeah, this is it. And I'm like, I don't mind having sorry, just dropped my blanket. I don't mind having, like, a kind of just run-of-the-mill ending, you know? Like, I'm like, I can deal with that. I don't need a twist right at the end. Like, it's not essential to me to enjoy a novel. But I noticed that, and this is obviously, like, something that happens a lot when I was in the library, like, picking it up, is that Stephen King has so many fucking endorsements on books. And I'm like, you know, like, when they have the, like, people going, oh, this is great, or oh, this is amazing, you get just, like, you have, like, a kind of group of people who I guess are, like, the usual suspects these days. Yeah. And Stephen King is always there. And I'm like, do people get paid to do that? Like, how does that... I just had a lot of questions about how people do that, because...
Yeah, I think that probably...
I don't know.
I think probably in a lot of cases, depending on, like, the publisher and the scale of the work, there might be some kind of compensation involved, but I'm not sure, because, like, I think that ethically speaking, of course, but I'm not sure about legally speaking, you generally are supposed to, at this point in time, disclose if you're being paid to make an endorsement for something, which there are a lot of contexts in which that's like not, you know, people dance around that. But yeah, Bitter Now agrees with me. Thank you for agreeing. Stephen King, he's just not very... And I've watched 2 movies recently that are, like, based on works of Stephen King, and I'm always like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because I think a couple of his early works are more interesting, like The Shining and Carrie. But even Carrie is like got some really bad fucking Stephen King teenage girl writing in it. And
I think that's the thing. It's again, it's that like thing of like he's very overhyped because he hit that like post Goosebumps like genre. I don't know. There's just something about like when he was writing, as well as and just being in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Well, I think that
and
like,
managing to write a lot of stories that have interesting premises or like that are memorable.
Well,
but
this is
again,
the thing, right?
Not necessarily
so
well written.
I'm always saying that like what I don't like about Stephen King is that he is all about plot and he is so bad at character work. And besides from, I remember reading The Shining and being quite interested by the character work in The Shining. Like, but I read it when I was a teenager, so I don't know if I'd still feel that way now. But I think so many people like read his books and go like, oh, the idea or the like plot is cool, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't even care what the plot is because the characters are so boring. Like so uninteresting, so like blah, blah, blah. And he's just like plot. And the thing about Stephen King as well is that like my friend told me that apparently he sets a goal to write 6 pages every day, and he's written like 70 books at this point. And I just think he should have done this a long time ago, but sometimes it's just time to fucking stop. Like, why are you doing this? Like, what is this?
Like, you shouldn't write for I don't know, I think that's a trap that a lot of authors get into, of just like writing for the sake of writing and like just kind of losing the big picture and being, and again, capital, right? That's a huge thing. And obviously when Stephen King was like initially writing, it was when publishing was like really profitable and it was like a really big industry, and authors actually could get some decent money for books. So like, it was kind of worth it to put that work in, I guess. Whereas now it's not as much. So people kind of have to just do it for the love of the game. But
my final note on this would be that what I think is funny is that if you enjoy reading Stephen King because you like a trashy little horror book, that's fine. But why do people consider him to be like a really good like landmark author? Because he just isn't. Like he's not good. There's no shame in being like, I love a trashy little horror novel, and Stephen King has written
it's like a little
trashy
pulpy horror moment,
right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
But people talk about him like he's some kind of like genius, literary genius. Yeah, I'm like, no.
No.
What are you talking about?
No. He's just got good PR.
That's the tea.
But yeah.
Anyway,
that is
yes.
the tea. I think
that it is potentially a small influence here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, I think the main engagement I've had with Stephen King has been more like the people who he has influenced, I guess, particularly Mike Flanagan, who I have seen and have many opinions on his various TV shows.
Me too.
Not all of them positive. So yeah, I think that's my main kind of point of interest, I guess. I don't think I've actually ever seen. Have I ever actually engaged with any Stephen King work?
Almost certainly, even if you didn't know it.
I don't think I've. Yeah, but I don't think I've seen Carrie, for instance. I definitely haven't seen Carrie. I haven't read Carrie.
Really? Okay.
Which feels like the most likely entry point for me.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, it's I do remember one of my friends like telling me and my other friends like this really fucked up story when we were kids, and like it seemed like she'd just come up with it from like nowhere. Turns out it was just like Carrie but more. And it was like, yeah, you know what? That hit the imagination clearly. Yeah. I don't think I have, but yeah, we'll maybe get on that.
Need to remember
many such cases.
I've been trying to remember, like, really digging, but it feels like something just out of reach, you know? Like, foggy images.
Interesting.
Well, there's a lot I want to say, but better to talk once we're all here.
The guys
I
are
remember you
cute.
moved to Canada back in the day. You still live there now? I know catching up isn't really the point of this meetup, but
Oh,
I think
we
it'd be
should
nice.
catch up.
Yeah.
Why not?
I did end up staying in Canada. I'm just on the other side of the lake. Same view, better healthcare.
That sounds nice.
Get her.
Please tell me it's more chill where you live than in Atlanta. I've lived in the city for so long,
Atlanta.
it's pretty hard to picture moving anyplace else.
I don't want to say escape from society. I don't advocate for that kind of attitude.
No.
Yeah, it is chill. And, you know, I've always enjoyed small town life. There's a small bookshop there to keep me occupied. I help run the place. It's called Friend's Nook.
Wow, Swan is living the dream.
It's peaceful.
She really is.
I like it.
Oh, what is this peace you speak of?
Swan
Cool.
works at Ren's place.
I
Wow.
can't believe it, but sometimes I miss the cold up here. I found an ice rink back home, and I've been
Oh.
taking skating lessons. My son is really into hockey.
Oh, you have a son.
My ex has tried to get him into basketball instead, but no dice.
Oh, I think
You have
you
a
have a
son.
son that's wonderful. Yeah.
I'm sure he'd love Canada.
Oh, you have a son. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. It has been a while,
How old is he?
hasn't it? But enough
No.
about me.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Seeing anyone special?
Why do you ask?
Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step into the ring as a single
And
person.
Yeah,
if
you
you're
go for
flying
it.
Solo,
You go for it.
more power to you.
I'm gonna be so real. I'm not in a mind, like, the headspace of being happily single. Wish I was, but I'm very unhappily single. So dating is a nightmare is where my head went. But
That's fine. You go for it.
Dating's sort of a nightmare. I signed up for one of those
the older you
apps.
get, the worse it gets.
Oh, say no more. Those apps are a total joke.
Right? I don't even have a good picture of myself, so mine's just my cat.
I dated this woman I met on one of those apps for a bit last year.
Like her cool queen.
Didn't work out,
We,
but
we think. I mean,
I was proud that I
she might
put
be a
myself
lesbian.
out
It's
there.
fine.
To be
I
determined.
just,
You know?
yeah. I don't want to put that on her.
Swan, catching up like this,
LGBT queen.
a lot.
Queer queen.
I know we're
Queer
here
queen.
for a bigger
Specifics
reason.
to
Sapphic
be,
legend.
yet to be determined. Something legend.
Yeah. I said sapphic legend.
I thought you said something legend. I was like, that's
Just
hilarious.
glad we can talk a bit. Like we used to.
I agree, Autumn. Catching up, it's really nice.
So, you must be wondering why we're here tonight.
Well, I would have wanted to chat more, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's interesting because, like, I mean, I feel that she was doing the thing that you very intentionally do to, like, make it known to someone that you are queer.
Yeah.
And the way
But
that
like
she...
also with a little bit of like nerves and hesitation of like,
How will they take this?
I am though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which could, like, it could be charged with, like, something happened that
With
was,
them.
you know, not properly addressed between them or
Mm.
between any of the other girls or whatever when they were teenagers.
Yeah.
But, you know, it being like, hey, so as an adult, I'm that's where I'm at. Because it also had the tone
Yeah.
of, like, she said, I'm glad I put myself out there, and that felt like it had an implication of, like, maybe for a long time she, and you know, many such cases, totally understandable, like, she hadn't, like, explored that or hadn't, like, come to terms with that or hadn't, and then eventually, and got to a place where she was like, no, this is,
Yeah.
you know, I want to put myself out there, and I want to try that, and I want to, you know, this is who I am.
Yeah. Definitely.
And That's nice. That's nice. I love to see adult, like middle-aged women, like figuring out that they're, you know, on that journey. I think that's nice.
That's good. We love it.
Do you remember what happened? Why we made our promise?
No. I just know something bad happened.
I'm worried. Someone's got a grudge. Last week, my mom found a package on her doorstep. She recognized the name on it. Somehow. Here it is.
Whoa. I don't... For Bloom and Rage. Wait. Our Bloom and Rage?
I know. Like, who would remember us? Now. It's been years.
Oh, God. Are we in trouble?
Okay. Well, before shit gets serious, Bitter now is saying I took it more as her putting herself out there after the divorce. Yeah, it could be that as well, you know.
I think it's a bit of both, because like the specific hesitation of going like I met up with this woman and it kind of has a very specific like, you know, like to it. But yeah, obviously putting herself back out there, or out there full stop. That like phrasing makes a lot of sense, like post divorce as well. So yeah, I see both.
I know it brings up a lot of old shit.
Okay, spooky. Let's go.
Spooky.
Crazy, right?
Remember Riggs? Does that say?
I think it says remember 1995.
Oh. Hold on. Hold on, me.
Go away unless cat or swan.
Subtle.
Alright. Okay, wait. Before we see them playing in the band, I wanted to say that... Okay, disclaimer, I don't know if this is something that we saw in the trailer before, but I was thinking about these characters and what energy they give in terms of what instruments they would play in a band.
Yeah.
And I was thinking...
Okay.
Cat, drums, Autumn, bass. Nora, guitar.
Cat, drums, 100%.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just because she made a kind of comment about it earlier, or if I think Nora's the front woman and Autumn is like maybe second guitar.
Okay.
And then Nora does the like, or like Nora does like rhythm guitar, and then like Autumn is like, what's the other one? Lead guitar. There we go. And then like Nora's the one who sings, I think.
Yeah, I mean.
But
Nora
then like it would.
Energy.
Yeah, but then Autumn could also play bass, so yeah, I'm open to that too.
Okay. Okay. I see
Swan...
that. I feel that she has a bass guitar energy. Swan, I wasn't really factoring in because I was like, she's just going to be filming them, isn't she? But
maybe. But if she is part of it, I would imagine her as being like a keyboard.
You could see that. Yeah.
It's the vibe I'm getting.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, all right, we got to do this before we see them.
Yeah. No. I love that. I love that. Thank you.
Hello? It's Swan.
Hello?
Let me in!
Please.
Please!
Please let me into your Riot Girl band. Please.
Twins!
That's a bass guitar!
There it is. Oh, you were so right.
Welcome! See? Told you. Yeah. You didn't miss much, Swan. We're just messing around.
Come in!
Dude, what was that band you were talking about again? I wanna write it down.
Sleater Kingy. They're pretty new, I think.
I was so nervous.
Really? Why?
I thought you were all so much cooler than me.
Pop-Tarts.
I knew
Sup, comrades?
We should have taken bets.
Awkward.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Dude,
Fuck it.
it's a fucking party now.
Sup, comrades.
Autumn didn't think you'd show. Oh, hard.
Ignore her. She just loves to stir shit up. Swan, I'm glad you came.
Yeah,
to
the
hang
like
with
Slater
us.
Kinney,
Nora liked to amuse herself by making me squirm.
like name drop. It's very Steph
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
there's all sorts of weird shit in here. Might look good in your movie.
Yeah, film, whatever.
Camcorder,
be warming
camcorder.
Sarah's favorite mechanic.
Back to it, Nor.
Fair warning.
We're here.
Oh,
We're back.
I just love filming everything.
Love how you predicted that. Thank you. She was giving bass player energy to me, and
Yeah, no, I get that.
maybe because it's like, maybe it's because I was drawn to her. I was like,
Maybe.
it's always the bass players for me. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, interesting. I was a bass player, so that's interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really in a band. I tried to form several different bands throughout my early teen years.
Oh,
and
so did
never
I.
quite
It
worked
never
out.
worked out. I wanted so badly
Sorry,
to be in a teenage band.
Yes. There were some girls at my school who'd like set up their own band, and they like did like they did a couple of oh my god, what were they fucking called? The Klaxons like covers in assembly once, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was like my dream to be in like a band when I was a teenager. That was like I would have peaked. I would have been like, this is it. Like, life is worth living.
Exactly. So I'm just having a stretch because I did a blow dry yesterday. It was a lot of hair, and I was very proud of it. But now my shoulders are like, we forgot we do this, and I'm like, yeah, well, I haven't done it for like 6 months, so leave me alone.
No problem.
Well, I have, but you know.
Stretch away. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think bass players, at least in media representations of bass players, and sometimes like actual bass players, they have such more like mysterious, cool energy.
I was gonna say it's a mystique. It's like
the
a
mystique. Yeah, that's it.
like, it's for the people who don't want to be front person, but like want people to fancy them.
Yes, exactly.
Not that that has anything to unpack about me, but yeah, no, it's like, yeah, you don't have the charisma to be front person or the singing skill. And also, I was drawn to bass because it was at beginner level a lot easier to play the guitar. So yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I
I was like, I can do that. I can play a note over and over again. I'm there for that.
I gotta say, Lost in Fairy says, I gotta say I started spending more time on the filming with the camcorder after I saw Sara spending a while playing around with it. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad I inspired you to have fun with that mechanic and just like spend more time with it, because it's really good. I love it.
It's so good.
I replayed literally just up to where me and Charlotte got to with a friend of mine who is like a movie girly. Like she works on film sets, she makes movies, and I was so at peace just like watching her play around with the camcorder. I was like, I could just sit here for hours and just I just love it. Yeah. Okay, now let me get my play on.
Nora's garage was a cinematic gold mine.
Okay, what do we got?
You know what? I still can't fucking believe Corey. Such a
I know.
dickwad.
Just glad we found them. I would have been in deep shit.
Does Corey know we found them?
Are you serious? I screamed it in his face when he brought Dylan home.
Good.
Did he cry? Not in front of Dylan, but I bet he did when he got home.
Ran into some wires that kind of ruined my like motion shot.
Who do we want to spotlight after that?
Just messing around a little bit with how I went. I didn't see Autumn there before.
Ah. You always go round and like go a bit closer.
What's your
Yeah,
band
you can
called?
round.
The Spew.
Yeah, I walk around.
The spew.
I never agreed to that.
The Spew.
I think you
What
should
do you
say.
think, huh? The Spew.
I think it's funny. I love it.
The spew? Like puke?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you like chucked orange slime at the audience.
Oh my god.
So, there was this one time I got food poisoning from a corn dog at a carnival, and I
Autumn
barfed
is not having it.
over the tilt-a-whirl. Fuck. They banned me for life.
Jeez,
I also, because of my PS controller, I can give it a bit of camera shake,
That's the
which
spew.
is
Yeah.
I still hate that
It's
story.
fun. I'm freezing. Put the heating on for a bit, but hopefully it will warm up in a bit. That's so
Hey
cool.
girl, you love looking at the camera, don't you?
My bedroom was nothing.
She
like
loves
Nora's
it.
lair.
She does.
It felt
She's
like
like,
a nerd in comparison.
I see you.
Until you got to know us better. Yeah. We were all a little weird.
That's nice.
That made me happy.
Can I... No, stop.
You guys need a drummer.
We got one.
Move the skateboard. Yeah, I was like, I need more movement. Need more range of movement.
That doesn't count.
Says who?
Oh, Autumn. Tell her about that one guy.
Oh my god, is that
So, I put an envelope.
NCT4? Yeah, it is.
This dude. He seemed cool at first, but he seemed to think
A
wanna
lot
join
of
our band
raspberry
was code for
mint.
wanna
Oh,
hook up in Nora's
that's
garage.
Autumn's.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that'll
Seriously?
be why.
I was like, dude, why?
Oh, I chased him out. He screamed like a girl.
Was it someone from school?
Yeah, I don't know. Some, band geek, I think.
Uh-huh.
Some incel.
I doubt I'd know him. The guys at school all basically ignore
It's
me.
okay.
Can I, move this out of the way?
Seriously, Swan? Don't bother asking. Just move it wherever.
I'm seeing a lot of energy drinks. It looks like Red Bull packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what?
I was also a peach tea, which I vibe with.
Oh my god, Chaos Assault. This
more
looks
than an
like
energy drink.
this looks like Street Fighter.
Tekken?
Or Tekken.
Oh yeah. Amazing. Yeah, because I know Autumn was talking about a fighting game.
Yeah, that she kicks Nora's ass at. Hey Kat, what's up?
Nice. Cat dresses like me.
I love it. Like she's got
It's like the docks,
boots and the dungarees.
The docks,
and
the dungarees.
Yeah. I really
Yeah.
like her sense of style from what we've seen for sure.
Hmm.
Hey girl. Gonna get another angle on you. Why so serious? They got a lot of shit in here. This is like definitely
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
guessing this
teenage
is, like-
layer for.
Yeah. I know, I think... Did someone mention that Nora's parents are rich, or did I imagine that?
I'm not
Because
sure.
if this is Nora's lair, then I'm guessing it's like... her parents have a big house or something, I don't know. Yeah, Autumn mentioned it. Okay, cool. But yeah, that makes sense if they just have a bit of the house that just has like a kitchenette and yeah, all this space.
Yeah, for sure. Nice setup as well. Look at their equipment.
Yeah, I know.
There's a
I was
lot
gonna
of-
say they got amps and everything.
There's a
What a
lot
shit.
of nice fucking equipment.
Mm.
Also, what we were doing before was fun, but I think the introduction of like live subjects, like first animals and then now people, is like,
Yeah, it's a lot more interesting to watch.
Okay, I'm gonna just do a little moment where I. Some of those posters. I like this rug as well. Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice rug.
Hold on, let me exit for a minute so I can look at some stuff. Ooh! Sorry. Can't fight the seether! That's a banger. Do you know that song?
The Cranberries. Yeah. The Cranberries zombie. Garbage. Queer by Garbage. Slay.
Yeah. Tori Amos. Tori Amos is on here. I love Tori Amos. Alanis Morissette.
Yes. Bjork. Oh my god, Bjork. Big time sensuality. What a slay. I love that.
Oh, PJ
Tori
Harvey's
Amos.
Down by the Water is on here, which is a banger.
Yeah, that is a banger. More hole. Love that. I've not heard of this, but Jill Sobule, I Kissed a Girl?
Yes, this is the song I was mentioning to you
Gay.
last stream.
Ah. Oh my god, and Madonna as well.
Yeah, we've got Human Nature in here, which is a classic.
That is a classic. I love this.
Oh, Supernova.
I'm gonna make this a playlist for starters.
It is a playlist, I think.
Yeah, this is gonna be a playlist.
Already,
that makes more sense.
Which is why
it's the group playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that if not, I'm making it, and I'm listening to it. I'll put it on in the salon on Tuesday.
Nice. I'd love to walk into the salon and this was the mixtape that was playing.
I think that's my favorite thing about where I work is I can mostly control the music, and the only thing I've been told is to not play Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter. Just
to be honest,
I think had an overload of it lately.
To be honest, they're real for that. I would have enforced.
And they're real for that. I get it.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, I like Sabrina Carpenter, but I don't need to overplay her, you know? But yeah, I'm definitely on the Taylor Swift. Like, I'm trying to limit my consumption of Taylor Swift in general. And yeah, so I've just been sticking together some playlists and stuff. Oh, it says you disconnected from remote play. I don't know what that means.
I need to reconnect.
Oh.
For you.
Ah. Cool.
Probably just an internet issue.
That's fine.
But
yeah, okay.
Let me just share again with you.
I don't know if I'm on the stream. Okay. Yeah, it is working. Cool. Cool. Yeah, we're back. We're so back. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but yeah, I can play what I like, which is nice.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things that kind of I miss about not working somewhere where I could do. Oh.
Never met Nora's mom, but there was that one photo. You saw that? I thought she hid it. Why?
Oh my god, the big hair.
Pre-divorce.
It's a very 1980s
Interesting.
photo, as far as I can tell, like late 80s, early 90s, like hair situation. I feel.
Also, I'm obsessed with like the macaroni frame. I feel like
Yeah.
so. I think I mentioned to you that I thought that like Nora might be like maybe a POC, but I can't. I'm not
Right.
sure.
I never.
Based on
Yeah,
now
I'm
seeing
not
her
sure.
parents.
I personally didn't get that vibe at any point, but you know, I didn't want to assume. So.
That's fair. Yeah. And Rex from my Royal Girl playlist. Interesting.
Modern era, the closest I know to that would have been the Regrets first and second albums.
I don't know if Garbage quite counts because they're like they have a female front woman, but the rest of the band are men, I think. But I think tonally, Garbage is Only Happy When It Rains is a pretty good addition if you don't already have it on there.
I brought those. They're so addicting.
Cool.
Cool. My mom gets these at the dollar store sometimes.
She's got good taste.
You're too
Moo box,
sweet.
stop. Just like me for fucking real.
Oh,
In the
Bits
sense
and
that-
Houses, she reminds me so. Oh, sorry.
In the sense that I love cows. That's all I was gonna say.
Yes, that's fair.
What about the
Bitter Now
Cranberries?
says she reminds me so much of my high school girlfriend. So in my heart, she is a mixed Iranian Saudi lesbian. So yeah, we'll take from that what we wish.
No, fair
I don't know.
enough, fair enough.
I was getting like maybe Arab vibes from her, but I didn't want to assume.
Well, I guess it depends on why you were getting those vibes. You know what I mean?
I think it was just like something about her features. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
okay.
a
You
good.
can
It's
say
not a,
that you don't think so.
No, what I'm going to say is that it's not a good idea to ever assume
No,
people's
that's
background
true.
based on their features. But I understand where you're coming
No.
from. And like saying that like it's something that I have also been working on is being like, no, just don't go there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's something that like my parents have done a lot, and it took me a long time to, I think the further I understood like race and how it functions, I came to realize that like, you know, when I catch myself doing that, like, oh, this person looks like this is their background, that now I'm like, wait, that's literally like what race science is, in the sense that you like look at people and then make those assumptions.
And
so
assume.
yeah, we all do, you know, it's very normalized, we all do it, but yeah, it's just something that I think we can never make those assumptions.
That is fair. Cool. Well, if we find out she is canonically, then we will say cool, and if not, then we'll probably assume not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We shall see.
Cool. And yeah, as Lost in Fairy said, she is voiced by a white voice actress, but obviously that is a very common thing in
Unfortunately,
animation
yeah.
generally. So
Unfortunately, that is the case. Yeah.
I want this Hempenstone Naturecraft kit. I want to.
Very, very you coded again. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking love the Cranberries. Sorry, there's Cranberries talk going on. I adore the Cranberries. Also,
Yeah.
you know, we were talking about Sinead O'Connor earlier. I know that not a band,
Yeah.
but like musically, the vibes
Singer.
could potentially.
I
go
do
in
really
there.
like the song Mandinka. Yeah, but that's not necessarily what I would call Riot Girl exactly. So she'll probably have more Riot Girl genre songs. But yeah, it's just a banger, honestly.
It's so I don't know. Have you seen Queer, the Luca Guadagnino film that came out a few months
ago? No, I haven't yet, no.
So I'm not going to go super into it. I have a lot of complicated feelings about that movie, which are generally rooted in like the racism of like William S. Burroughs and his work. That's like the source material and how that's like reproduced in the movie to an extent. But the film opens with Sinead O'Connor's cover of All Apologies by Nirvana. Which is the first time I'd heard her cover of that song, and it's so good. It's it's really interesting because like All Apologies is like a quite I guess it's quite like a high. I mean, obviously the lyrics and stuff are, you know, dark and depressing, but it's quite like a high energy, like in a high beat song, and Sinead O'Connor's cover of it is like takes like a much slower and like more intimate like tone, which I really like. I really like her cover.
Yeah.
Of it.
I feel like there's kind of this thing, and obviously it's something that has been taken over by the like italic singing girlies, but I feel like sometimes a slower cover of a song is really great, and I think it's a great, like, it can be a really great choice, and it makes you focus on the lyrics more, which I really like, and like especially if it's songs that are kind of a bit more like fast-paced originally.
Done.
But yeah, I do feel like it's the sort of thing where the kind of italic singing has ruined my like of a slower cover, because I know it's so often like a white woman or white man doing like a rap song, but like a slow indie version of it, which is just, yeah, cringe. And it's always done as this like, I'm so self-aware because I'm doing this rap song and I'm like a white person. I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about that. So yeah,
I know.
It's a shame that
I do know
genre
what you mean. Yeah,
of cover has been ruined somewhat.
I do know what you mean. Sucks.
Yeah, but I do like a more like dark and moody cover of like a song that's more like upbeat or more like. In fact, you know what I'm actually thinking of is, I was very obsessed with the soundtrack for The Great Gatsby Baz Luhrmann film, and Beyonce did a recovered Crazy for You in like slow, and it's fucking great. And like but with like a 20s style thing. I don't know, yeah, it's just good. It's just a good time. I think things like that are fun, like when someone like wants to try like a different genre of that song, or yeah, I don't know, just doing something different with it. I think that's fun. Especially a song like Crazy in Love, which is obviously so everyone knows it, you know.
Yeah. No, I do know what you mean. I think that it's really sad that italic girlies have kind of ruined the art of covering songs. Because I do think that like covers are... I think a lot about how like, you know, people emphasize this idea that like, you know, originality is something that you should be striving for in art. And like I think to an extent I would say so, but I mean nothing is ever like completely original, if that is even a thing. Like all art is inspired by other art, right? And I think that like covering art or performing other people's work or recreating other people's work or adapting other people's work is something that human beings have been doing in art for centuries, and there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's just
for sure.
Bringing your own kind of like flair to the situation.
You still write? I'm still doing Ollie in the
It has to be interesting and also your own twist on things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think
so many
like radio. I used to be really into like Radio 1's Live Lounge, and they, as part of like almost a press tour for like a band's new album. Sorry, we're talking over the
music,
game.
movies.
Sorry.
Whatever.
It's okay. Yeah. There we go. Sorry, I just didn't want to like talk over it. I know that's not ideal to listen to. As part of like a kind of press tour for a new album or a new release, artists will go on and they'll do like a kind of more acoustic version of like one of their singles because it's within this live lounge area. But they'd also do like a cover of another song. Like it could be something that's popular at the moment, or like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, like, but there's just been some really cool things that come out of it. One of my favorites is and this is from like back in the day, but I loved the Arctic Monkeys growing up, and they did a cover. Sorry, Chris just laughed at me. But they did a cover of Love Machine by Girls Aloud, which I really love, and it's like they're obviously having fun doing it as well, but in a like actually like genuinely having fun with it way, rather than a like we're mocking Girls Aloud. And yeah, no, I just really enjoy that. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. I just love when, especially when it's like a very different genre to what your music is, you know. And I actually found a lot of songs through that, and a lot of musicians through that, as well. So yeah, no, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time. I mean, it still happens. I think Harry Styles did a cover of Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel, and that was pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's just some good ones that have come out of that I really enjoy. Especially when they're kind of interpretations of like very, very popular songs, and they're just like slightly like different and with a band's take on them. But yeah, I enjoy stuff like that.
I feel you. Also, these girls are really just like hanging out while Swan is like crawling around the room. Because I remember that I can crouch so that I can change from high angles to low angles.
Swan just going like do on the floor.
Oh, the graphics on that one were top of the line.
Let's start with a zoom. Zoom out. Sorry, I hope that this is fun for you. I realize that I'm like using my...
I'm just happy to let you have fun with it. It's all good.
Thanks, pal.
It's all good. We're in no rush. I'm just like, yeah, have fun.
Because I really love this book. I don't know what to tell you. I love it so much.
I know. I'm aware. It's alright. You don't have to apologize.
Okay, I think... Yeah, maybe there are a few more things I will see about filming around here, and then we'll edit my memoir and get on with it. Oh my god, what is this? Dad junk. The thing with the mustache. No way. Ooh. Secret phone. Oh shit.
Ooh. One of those toys where it's like, I don't know. It's like those like diaries you had to have a special, like you thought you had to have a special key to unlock them, or like a code. Could you
don't worry,
do the stream on Discord, sir?
I got it. Go ahead.
You're on it. Cool, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, those like diaries that you had to have like a code to to get into the diary, and it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, or like you write in it with like invisible ink or something that you can only see when you've got like a UV light on it and stuff like that.
Classic.
That was very that era of toy. So yeah.
Absolutely. Oh. Okay. I do feel like I got a couple of... don't think I have any like particular subjects that are being highlighted on that table. I think.
Or a lock and key diary, yeah, and the key's always the same key. It's just that one key. So, actually, I learned how to pick locks with that once.
Also, I want to acknowledge
like...
Diva Avenue throwing shade at Drake, because I hate Drake and I love to bully Drake.
Yeah, fuck Drake.
Who will never be personally affected by it, so why not?
No. Yeah, just gotta throw in some Drake hate at all times. Fucking creep.
Fucking creep.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, he is. He is.
He is. It's just a fact.
He is. Everyone's saying it. Quite literally.
Kat, you have a very intense stare going on.
Is that not her whole vibe?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
She's like... Kat looks a bit like Ethel Kane.
Oh my god, stop!
Although that Ethel Kane doesn't even have a fringe, so I don't really know where I got that from. But there's just something about it, you know?
Freezer bride, you're sweet divine. No, that's not foreshadow the possible death of Kat.
Oh god, yeah, no. I was just meaning in a, like, you know, just vibes way.
I know, but then for some reason, "Strangers" was the song that I decided to sing.
Ooh. I was going to ask, actually, have you listened to any of Ethel Kane's new album?
Not yet, because I've not been, like, in a headspace.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I've been the same. As long as the key is not A minor. Yeah, true.
Nora's Lair. No, I want to edit it first, please.
I have been thinking about that Kendrick performance quite a lot. It's just, yeah, there was just a lot there. He's a smart guy.
Kendrick, yeah, I've not seen it. I know there's been like a lot of discourse.
Super Bowl
about
one.
It.
It's an interesting. I think, yeah, like it's got some interesting things going on. I don't know if I mean, I think Kendrick Lamar's really like a really smart guy and like is an incredibly good writer, but I think politically sometimes like
yes,
he can be a little bit liberal about it and a bit like idpol. But yeah, I think there were interesting things happening, and I think there was obviously the awareness of the fact that like Donald Trump was literally in the stadium and was like watching it, so there was definitely like a kind of very like obvious liberal kind of like I'm doing all this stuff in front of you kind of thing. And like, you know, they told me I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and like that kind of a vibe. But I think there were some interesting aspects of it politically. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like it. And I will also say, I mean, let's be real, the main thing was just so that he could call Drake a creep. So I don't know, you know, it was also just rap beef, which I respect, but yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
That's not like, I can't like it is political, but it's also the way Kendrick Lamar does it doesn't feel very political at times. It feels very like I've got one over on you, rather than like, and like, haha, you're like, I don't know, how do we feel about the word pedophile? Like, where are we on that? I don't know. There's a lot going on there, basically, and I think a lot of it just feels like kind of personal point scoring, which is fine. And yeah, there was a guy who was holding up Palestinian and Sudanese flags and got dragged off the stage, like literally got tackled. So, you know, that's the thing as well. It's like, yeah, Kendrick's kind of radicalism will only go as far as it matters to his personal career, which I think is, yeah, not great. And yeah, had he been the one flying a Palestinian flag, and he'd been tackled, I think that would have been a much more powerful, you know. And I mean, I'm not saying that like what that dancer did wasn't great, because I think it was. Like, I think that's incredibly brave, especially like it's such a like huge opportunity as like a dancer. But yeah, it's interesting that that's not the route that Kendrick Lamar wanted to take, you know. So yeah, that's my thoughts anyway, as someone who's seen it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, the only thing I necessarily know about is the line about like the revolution will be televised, which has created a lot of discourse, very understandably, because like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I got.
Nora's garage is like an alien planet.
So we got a wide.
It's like a den
Love that.
for punk. We can hang out there whenever we want. And her parents don't even care. It even smells like weed. Filming it felt like
It smells like
stepping
weed.
into another universe. So different from mine. But I guess I belong there now, too.
This is a really cool space.
Okay. I actually really like what I've done there, but I'm wondering if I want to...
I like that too.
I'm just wondering about this last shot and whether I want it to be... No, definitely not that. No, I think I like the low angle on the tools. Actually, yeah, let me bring that back.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just something about it. I enjoyed it. It hit for me personally.
Memoir complete.
Incredible.
So I think I need to go back and edit the movie Palace 1, but I might do that later. And it looks like I've been collecting footage on Kat, Nora, and Autumn. So once I've filled that out, I can edit those. And there's a bunch of other subjects like the water tower, toys, views, etc. I'm not gonna go like as deep into it as I might if I was like playing this on my own time, but I had a lot of fun with that, so I'm happy to just move on for now.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right, yeah, let's go.
And
Yeah.
But before we do, let me just catch up with chat real quick because I was too busy having fun filming. Sorry. Okay, we had the Riot Girl chat, and then we chatted shit about Drake. I'm glad you guys are having fun taking your time. Most people playing this are like, ugh, when is supernatural stuff gonna start? Well, they're losers.
Sorry for enjoying the journey of a game.
Diva Avenue, that's hilarious. Sorry, I only just saw that joke. As long as the key is not a minor. Okay, and then we had Drake and Kendrick discourse.
I'll have a good
Cool.
iftar bitter now.
Yes. Also, Ramadan Mubarak bitter now. Awesome. Okay, let's continue.
Sorry, just quickly in response, I just wanted to respond to Diva Avenue's comment about Nora. I think I can understand, and I think there's something very good about this game that it shows teenagers who actually have like acne, which is rare. I understand where you're coming from, but I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with the normalization of acne in media. And while a lot of people, you know, I also am like very interested in the science of it, of like skincare, and this is something I'm very interested in and I care a lot about. I think that the impulse to kind of fix every skin condition or issue is not a good one that we should like let ourselves give into, I guess. And I think a lot of the reason that we sympathize with teenagers who have acne, or even older people who have acne, because a lot of people in their 20s and 30s and even 40s have acne. And I think that like rather than insist on medical intervention all the time, we should actually just be kind to and normalize people with skin conditions, because again, especially for teenagers, like hormones happen. It's very normal. We've all been through it. We've all gone through it. But also for adults, like, you know, a lot of people, like one of my former housemates had like really debilitating like anxiety about her skin. Like she really did. Like she really suffered and struggled with it. And you know, and she went on quite like intense drugs and stuff to try and clear up her skin, which actually did give her really bad depression as like a side effect. And it made me really sad to like see that, honestly, because, you know, she was a really nice, cool person. And, you know, I, you know, as someone who cared about her, didn't want her to feel that way. And it made me really sad. So I think I understand that you're like not necessarily meaning that seriously, and you kind of want to, you know, I get where you're coming from, but I think it is better that we talk about it as a positive thing for representation, because so many teenagers feel really, really self-conscious about that kind of thing, and lots of people who are adults. Like I still get spots, I still get acne, I still have hormonal acne quite a lot. You know, it is really common. It's not a sign of like, you know, not enough medical care. Because I mean, let's be real, Nora's parents are rich. She probably does have medical care, but that doesn't mean that like that always fixes it, you know. So
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for that, Charlotte. And I mean, partly because of PCOS, like I have quite a bit of hormonal acne. Like I'm 28, and you know, and when I was a teenager, as part of like a broader picture of many things, but like my mom would, like, she just insisted on me trying all of these like different types of treatments and like chemical treatments and like laser and all of this stuff to like fix my acne. And
ouch.
I just like, I went along with a lot of
laser.
it. I wasn't informed about it, but I just felt like horrible about it. And she was treating it like it was a problem to be fixed, and she would you know, subject me to like painful, unpleasant things to like fix this perceived problem. And I'm not trying to you know, like I understand her reasons for it, but even if I empathize with her reasons for it, like she put me through something that really fucked with my sense of myself, and was also just like physically painful and unpleasant to go through. And and I wasn't making informed decisions about my own body. She was making those decisions, and also I don't know how informed the decisions she was making were, because like my skin is not better. And
well, I mean, it's a
just,
lot of these treatments and things are temporary, or they are not. Like we have like, because I think the problem is that a lot of people see like acne as like a sign of uncleanliness, first of all, which we could, you know, that's obviously very politically charged, but also as like a thing, a medical thing to be cured, or a like excuse to buy like a ton of products, or a reason to buy lots of products to try and clear it up, right? And I think that the way that we the way that we understand acne or skin conditions under capitalism is very loaded.
Absolutely. 100%. That's such a good point, because like the beauty industry, which is a whole thing, really benefits from us viewing it as a problem to be fixed, because it means that we'll spend money on all of these expensive products and treatments to like fix it, quote unquote. So in a big way, like, and it should be said that like investing in your skincare is fine. Like investing time and energy into taking care of yourself is fine. This is not about that. This is about the fact that sometimes people have acne for whatever reason. Like there's so many reasons why people have acne. It whether or not someone has acne, it doesn't, not only is it not like an ethical or moral or like value, it's completely neutral. But in that sense, as we're saying, it's not politically neutral, but it's, you know, morally neutral. It's like and all of those things. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with how clean you are, or how this, or your hormones, or whatever. There's so many reasons why people could get acne. It happens to people at any age. And So I think that in a lot of ways, just normalizing it and also being like, the point of my skincare, I think this is kind of how I want to articulate it. Like, if I do skincare, the point of the skincare is not to get rid of the acne, it is to have healthy skin and feel good, right? Like, it's to to care for yourself. It's not to get rid of the acne. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I think I agree with that. And I think that's, like, I think about, like, when I was a teenager, I